Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Appreciate you coming out. Hopefully you're all doing well, healthy and happy. Really appreciate you checking out my channel, looking at junk on four wheels. What we have is a trade-in. Nice guy just left. He messaged me actually on this Bolins, which I have listed for 120, and I had some other options here for him to look at. I've got this high wheeler Bolins for 130, this yard machine for 130, and then I had another Bolins 21 just like this with the old Pulsar style that I had advertised for 100, and he ended up taking the cheaper one. So he gave me 80 cash, and he gave me this Troy-Bilt, which we'll discuss. So when he offered to take this one online, he offered me 100, and I said, "Do you have anything to trade?" And he sent me, or he didn't send me a picture. He just said, "I got a Troy-Bilt," and I said, "I'll give you 20 bucks for it." So I already automatically gave him a $20 trade without looking at it. I know you guys are going to beat me up for doing that, but I wanted to make my last sale probably here. So I got 31 units sold. So this will be my last trade in, I'm assuming. So let's look this double turd over and figure out what's wrong with it. He said he tried to start it yesterday and he couldn't get it started. So we're going to go through what we think is wrong with this thing. You're probably seeing issues right away, as am I. So it appears he had a cat covered in cat litter. This happens to be a 2008. We're going to look at the engine number because I took a wire brush to this thing just to illuminate the engine number. The 126 Tango 020675 Bravo 208041462. Wow, that was a stretch. So it's a 2008, built the 4th month, 14th day of 08. 126 Tango 020675 Bravo 2, the 675 Quantum. So he's got an E3 plug on it right away. This belt is not attached to the front wheel drive. He said he's had it for a few years, but he said he neglected it, never did anything to it. And he also said he thinks something's wrong with the recoil because it's not retracting. I think that's what did him in here, is he couldn't pull this thing over. He didn't know anything about non-ethanol. I instructed him on that. We got an empty tank. Let's see if he got oil in here. So I probably paid too much, 20 bucks. You guys are going to bust my ass for giving 20 bucks trade in. He's overfilled the oil right here. So I'm sure it's smoked. Let me remove the turds. Let's look underneath. But before we do that, let's look at the Troy-Bilt number. So just with the recoil not working, we're not going to be able to do anything with this. This is just a walk around so you guys can beat me up for taking a double turd. Okay, what do we got? Troy-Bilt, Cleveland, Ohio. The model 12 Alpha -466 Mike 011 serial 1 Hilo 218 Kilo 11246. Beautiful Cleveland, Ohio. Also the 10706. Now you have all the necessary numbers. If you've got one of these and you bought it from this big blue box place called Lowe's Service Advantage, call 1-888 Too Late. Uh-oh. No maintenance is right. Uh-oh. That's not good. This thing spun off of the adapter. We got a huge piece missing here, and it's flat and missing a lot there. So this thing wasn't cutting shit. It was just hacking and slashing, probably with a huge vibration. So I hope the crankshaft isn't bent. Uh-oh, you guys are gonna beat me up for taking this turd. So 2 screws missing on the beauty ring, 675 series, 190cc. So why isn't this thing pulling back? Okay. Aftermarket recoil. Somebody's nut and bolted it. They've come loose here, and there's one missing here. So this thing is jumping around. And it probably just needs some lubrication. Can you see it slowly pulling itself back? So let me try doctoring this up. Maybe we can do a 1-pull Annie on this thing. What else do we got down here? No air vane spring. That popped off or rusted off. So this thing must have ran terribly, or I don't know what. No wonder he said he couldn't get it running with all these issues. Oh boy. Everything we look at, it's got a problem. But I bet it's got a brand new air filter. What do you think? Oh, that's not good. That would really mess with your airflow mixture, don't you think? With all that bypass here at the intake tube. So what's the deal? Missing a bolt here. We got a crack in the recoil housing from vibration. And this one fell off, or he took it off. Probably fell off, causing this whole bracket here to move. Okay, so this thing is roughy rough. Mr. Gruff, the crime dog. Well, this is Mr. Ruff, the double turd. Okay, clean filter as I suspected. I wouldn't have thought anything less. It's wet. If it's wet with moisture or gasoline. He certainly didn't bring it to me clean. He didn't hose it off, so holy shit, this 2008 Quantum went through the ringer. For shits and giggles, we should probably juice this thing. Maybe look at the plug. I don't know where to begin with this. We know it's going to rattle with that blade all chopped up. We got United Airlines coming in. Good old United. Okay, let me do this. I'm going to try to recoil this back a little more. And we're going to do a one-shot Annie. So somebody's been in here to change the recoil. They should have used something here to Loctite on the threads or something so this thing wouldn't come loose. Okay, we're tight here. Let's get this piece of shit ready to fire off. Beautiful day in Southwest Florida. We had 100% overcast until mid-afternoon, then it got nice. Sun's coming out now. It's probably 70. You guys come to Florida. Let's see what we got. I'm just opening up the choke manually so I can happy juice it with some carb cleaner. Oh yeah, close the choke. No fuel in the tank, so this thing's just gonna start and stall. I just want to see if it's got potential. Okay, we were going to look at the plug. That would be a pisser if I didn't put the plug wire on and we wasted our one-shot Annie. That would really upset me, and I don't want to be upset. I want to be happy that I'm working on junk on four wheels. Doesn't look bad. Maybe running a little lean. I just don't like these E3 plugs too much. Well, we're going to try it anyhow. Okay. So I just got back from Ollie's with my brother, and I bought myself a Christmas present. Nitro. $3.49 for 16 ounces. I got the last can, so Santa was looking out for me. So when we get done with this Super Tech, we're going to start using Nitro again. So I figured if I sold 130 units, I was going to buy a new can of Happy Juice. And now that I've sold 131, it all adds up. Okay, let's try. What do you say? Let's see if this thing's got potential with all the 8 deficiencies we've found so far. Okay, help the bail brake cable along here so we get spark. This was kind of dragging. I didn't want to waste my one-shot Annie. You ready? It was a 2-shot Annie, and it kind of pulled itself back here, so I don't know what the deal with that. Maybe it just needs some lubrication, but we got spring tension and it fired off. Sounded pretty good. So this thing's got potential. I don't see any big cracks in the tank. That's one of the things that goes bad on these Quantums, is the tanks dry out. Wow. So it's going to need some stuff. Probably a couple of cables. I think the reason the front wheel drive isn't working is this cable is rusty. Yeah, we got issues with that. He said he just pushed it around without the front wheel drive. Yeah, we're going to get a couple of cables. See both of these. Probably unsalvageable. And he pinched this one. He had the handle down in his SUV, but it looks like it's been pinched before. Can you see that? So that doesn't help when the conduit's squeezing the inner wire. So since it's such a nice day, it's not 45 degrees, we're going to wash this thing down. And I'll make a note of what I've found so far. And put this thing in the lineup. Got a new can of grill and oven cleaner. Let's get all the kitty litter off of this thing. That way, when I do decide to dig it out of storage, it's ready to be worked on. It'll be all cleaned up somewhat. I might have to make 2 passes on this thing. So I'm wondering how this thing ran without the spring on the air vane. Maybe it didn't. I got a couple other messages. It's not like it's August and I get 35 messages a day. I only had a couple of messages recently, and this guy was one of them. Okay. I'll do the plastic beauty ring first and then move that to the side. Okay, we got looks like Allegiant coming into town. They're a smaller regional carrier. I think they do a lot of Florida to up north, the Midwest, New England type routes. And they go to secondary airports up in the Midwest. You won't find them going to Chicago O'Hare. They'll be going to smaller airports outside of the big ones. Just makes it cost effective for them. They have lower landing fees and they can pass that savings on to the consumer. So you just got to travel a little bit by car to get to these outside airports. Kind of looking at the bowl of the carb, looks clean or new, but the rest of the carb looks like it's been on here a while. Okay, that's probably enough for now. What I'll do is send you guys home and then maybe come back with a brush with another round to spray. Okay, 2008 Troy-Bilt. It's got potential, but it's going to take a lot of work, I'm afraid. Few things wrong with it, but I don't see any catastrophic damage. It started twice for us and stalled out due to the fact we don't have any fuel in here. This thing would probably have maybe ran a little longer, but I don't know for how long with that choke spring missing. That would have created a running issue for us. Anyway, thanks for coming out. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you looking at these turds. Even if they're double turds, you guys come out, which is amazing to see these. I don't know why you do it, but keep doing it. I appreciate it. If you keep coming out to look at the junk, I'm going to keep throwing junk at you. Okay, we got the mailman coming down the street who's sending me packages of parts or large sums of money. Somebody out there is sending me junk. Who is it? If you're not sending me junk, you better start. It's time to get junk. You guys have a good day. Tip you waitress and wait staff. Thanks. Thanks for coming out. Maybe I'll get a pile of parts together and we go through this '08 Troy-Bilt. It might take a while, but we can put it all back together the way it should have been initially. Have a good day. Thank you.